Welcome. In this video I will show you some performance tracks and will also show you the gameplay experience in games like PUBG Mobile, Fortnite or Asphalt Legends on your Motorola Razr Fold. First thing that we have to make sure of before starting to play on the smartphone is whether we have enough storage. So let's go to settings and let's open about phone section, and here check your device's storage. Make sure that you have like at least 60 gigabytes of available storage on your phone. So this would be like 10% of the overall storage that you have on your smartphone, which is required by the operational system to work properly, and also some additional storage to improve your device's RAM capacity using virtual RAM. Now, of course, this improvement is questionable since this RAM will still not be used by our games, but we just want it to be used by background applications that do not do anything in the background. So let's go to RAM section in here, make sure that to enable the RAM boost, and let's set it to the maximum value of 16 gigabytes and tap restart to reboot our smartphone. Okay, now once our device is restarted, let's launch our first game. So in this case this will be PUBG Mobile. Let's give the game all the permissions, and I think let's unfold the phone as well. Okay. Let's check what it looks like. Now open your game toolkit and make sure to enable the turbo performance. Now let's extend the display for a better view. Okay, so after enabling the turbo performance, this would be enough to make our device perform at the maximum capacity of it. So I think maybe I should actually bring some more brightness, or maybe just increase the brightness on the smartphone so you can see the gameplay better and the graphics of this phone better. Okay, so I'm not gonna use the optimized graphics. I'm just gonna use the maximum possible graphical level to show you how well the game plays on this with graphics like this. Now let me show you the graphics that I use in this in PUBG Mobile. Let me open settings, graphics. So we have the better graphics preference, we have the Ultra HDR enabled, we have the lobby graphics enhancement, and that's pretty much it. Now you can also enable smart network optimization in some games that support it for better connection. Okay, and now let's check how this game plays on the best graphic settings. Okay, so let's just wait until we find some match. Okay, so as you can see, the graphics look really nice, and the FPS is very smooth, so the performance of this device is actually insane. Let me just show you the FPS meter. So we have 90 FPS, which is I think one of the highest values I've ever seen in games. The temperature of the smartphone is normal. The RAM usage is also not at 100%, which is also impressive. So I have a very good feelings about this one. By the way, I didn't choose this skin. I don't know who chose it. Okay, let's switch to the classic view and let's check the FPS right away. Okay, so far we go on 60 FPS, slightly lower than it used to be, but still pretty impressive for graphics settings like this. Okay, so let's jump out of the plane. In the meantime, we'll also be checking FPS, and from what I can see, the FPS is at 90. It seems that the 90 is peak for this game. This is in our case. No freezes during the map load. Let's wait until we land. Now, and I instantly want to find some sort of vehicle so we can check the FPS better. And I think I can see one from here. Now, I want vehicle because I want to test faster movements on the map. This way we can see how preloading textures affects our gameplay. And so far, I don't even think that we are going to notice anything. So we jump into the car and the FPS doesn't drop a unit. As you can see, the gameplay is extremely smooth. Oops. Okay. As you can see, I'm also an exceptionally smooth driver. For some reason I cannot go back. Okay, so I think we are finished here. So let's check the gameplay itself. Okay, so the temperature raised by 1 unit exactly. The RAM usage didn't raise at all. Okay, so as you can see, the gameplay is really smooth. I'm not sure if this phone would be comfortable for everyone though. It's pretty thin and it's pretty lightweight, but still with this button access on the screen, it might not be very comfortable for just anyone to use. Okay, somebody left a car right here, so we can continue our journey for another couple of minutes, and then I think we'll switch to the next game, because I don't think that anything is gonna change here. Now I can feel the temperature rising. As you can see, it has already risen by couple of units, but generally speaking the performance doesn't go any lower from the start. and I don't think that it's gonna get any worse. So yeah, I think the gameplay test in PUBG is finished. So now let's go to the next game. And the next game will be Fortnite. Now I'm gonna show you the graphics preset we have. So we have the mobile frame rate set to 60 FPS. Now the graphics are also set to the maximum, so we can check the capacity of this device. Now let's also check if we can enable the game mode. We can. Let's switch the performance mode to turbo, and as you can see here we have lower FPS levels, at least in the lobby, but still we are not using nearly not even the half of our CPU power. So I think this is just a limitation, and it's gonna change right when we start the match. Okay, so let's start it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, let's wait until the server is found. And yeah, one thing which is impressive is that Fortnite actually lets us use the entire display without having this dark lines on the sides. Okay, it doesn't seem like the highest possible quality, but that's what it said, and well, seemingly it is this highest quality. Well, we have 60 FPS, which is still pretty good. Okay, let's drop. Okay, this match has got a bit quicker. We have pretty much 60 FPS all the time. Okay, so you can see everything yourself. The gameplay is very smooth. It's a really good device for competitive gamers, since it actually gives us some advantage against enemies who probably don't have the device as powerful as this one. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see what else we can do here. Yes, I think I see someone. Okay, gotta be running fast. Okay, I think we almost made it to the first place. And we are pretty close to win. So let's finish this game. I thought it was the last one, but seemingly it wasn't. Let's search for anybody else in the area. And yeah, so as you can see, we have generally the very great performance. So right now the temperature has risen up to 41% degrees Celsius. We started at 36, so yeah, but seemingly there is no throttling, as the performance didn't drop a bit since then. So I think let's switch to the last game we have on the list, which would be the Asphalt Legends. Let's see whether we can actually open it in the full screen. And seems to me that we can't. Games doesn't support, at least at this point, the full screen mode. Let's check the game settings and let's see what we have in our graphics. Okay, so we have all set to the maximum. Let's now just make sure that our performance is also set to the maximum. Then let's start a simple race. I can definitely feel that the smartphone became hotter than it used to be. No, I think here we will just be checking the FPS, which is right now at 120 120, and as you can see, it's actually very smooth all the time. We have pretty much static 120. Okay, so it started dropping. Okay, so it dropped significantly to 45 FPS, which is, I think, still good for this graphics. Let's check them out. And we are back at 90 FPS. Okay, and what I can see right now is that we have been playing 3 different titles for almost 20 minutes. Now, after these 20 minutes, our temperature has risen by 7 degrees to 43 degrees, which is still absolutely normal for the device running 3 different games with graphical enhancements on the maximum graphics graphics settings. So I think this is a good result. even if the device has becomes slightly harder. But generally speaking, the performance, you could have seen everything yourself. No performance issues in any of the modern games on the maximum maximum graphical settings level. So yeah, I think this device is actually great for gaming, except for if you don't like the display resolution. Of course, you can always switch to the smaller one, but I don't think that it would actually give you an experience as good as if you play on a big screen. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching it. If it helped you, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.